Hi everyone. Introduce on the difference between undercover agent and agent provocators.
Echo. Okay, this is the last part of the presentation for PowerPoint.
Yeah.
The most, I think, last point was indicated in paragraph 27. During the PPT, we indicated two different concepts. The first one is undercover agent. The second one is agent provocator. In paragraph 27, classmates can notice that in the verdict of ECTHR, you can notice the number of each paragraph. So when you read this paragraph or you use this article, you use this paragraph in your article, for example, in your paper, you can indicate, for example, paragraph, which means paragraph 27. For example, you try to use this paragraph to clarify the two important concepts. You can cite the paragraph. So now I will introduce what's the difference between the two important concepts. Please.
The first undercover agent, it means someone who confines himself to gathering information, which means he gathering information passively. Okay, and about agent provocators means someone who actually incites people to commit a criminal offense. He take action to seduce someone to commit a crime. Okay, about two concepts of undercover agent and agent provocators in Portugal. The legal experts regard evidence obtained by undercover agents are admissible. It means it can use to convict some people in the court, but were more reserved about evidence obtained by agent provocators because this kind of evidence it might have some defect.
Can you make the words bigger?
Pardon. Bigger.
Okay, so there are 2 points. In this paragraph, the legal scholar in Portugal and in some European countries, they draw a distinction between the two concepts. On the one hand, they try to explain what's the content of these concepts. Regarding undercover agent, it confines himself to gathering information. You can notice that it's passive. We send police officer to gather information. However, the agent provocator, who actually incites people to commit a criminal offense. That's the first point. Castro argued that you incite me to commit crime. Without your intervention, there will be no crime. On the other hand, it regards to, yes, we know the difference between the two concepts. How about the evidence obtained from undercover agent and evidence obtained from agent provocator? Can we use this evidence to convict the victim? When we use the word admissible, it means when we say the evidence is admissible, which means we can use this evidence to convict the defendant. We say this evidence is admissible. However, if we cannot use this evidence would be inadmissible. So regarding evidence obtained by undercover agent, because it's passive, it's only gather information. So what we would say, we can use this evidence to convict the defendant. However, if the evidence were obtained by agent provocator, you can notice that it indicates more reserved, which means this approach might be controversial. So the evidence obtained by agent provocator will be also controversial, which means in some case, this evidence may not be used in courts. However, it didn't say that we will prohibit every kind of evidence obtained by agent provocator. However, you can notice that the big difference between the two concepts. Okay, do you have any points trying to add about this case?
No.
No. Okay.
Thank you.
Before we appointed some classmates. One classmate asked me how the teacher selects students to give presentation. My answer is, we suppose the students we selected can give wonderful presentation. I think it's a good start. Let's give Fang Lu a round of applause. Thank you. Next, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Guo Xuanyu. Today I'm going to talk about the case of Pretty versus United Kingdom with you. Now I'm in great pressure, so please don't look at me. And the fact is that our applicant, her name is Diane Pretty. She is a 43-year-old woman, and she suffered from the motor neuron disease. It is a disease that will make her muscle weaker and weaker. At first, she could feel difficulty of moving her arms or legs, and at last, because of the disease, her muscle of the organs could not work, and it could make her not able to breathe. And at the day she can't breathe, she will die. So her death will be in and furthermore, this disease has no treatment. So in a very near future, she can imagine that she will die on the bed. And what does Pretty wants to do with this kind of situation this situation? In her words, is that she wants to take steps to bring her life to a peaceful end at the time of her choosing. So, in short, is that she wants to commit suicide. Though she can't move her body at that time. She can still think and make decision very well. So this decision is from her own mind, and she told her family this decision, and the family they think that they will have her husband to help her to suicide. But under the English law, which is the Section 2 of the Suicide Act 1961, committing suicide by yourself, it is not a crime. But if you assist another to commit suicide, it will be a crime. So, because Pretty don't want her husband to be prosecuted, so she wrote a letter to the Director of Public Prosecutions, which is short in DPP, to ask the prosecutor not to prosecute her husband. But DPP has refused. DPP has just turned her down. And because the decision of DPP is a kind of administrative decision, so Pretty tried to take this case to the court. The main point is that thus the Suicide Act of 1961 incompatible with the Article 2 of the Convention. The Convention is the ECHR. I would like you to look at the Article 2 later. Mainly, Article 2 is talking about the right to life. And in the Divisional Court and the House of Lords, which are the courts in England, in the United Kingdom, they think that the Suicide Act does not incompatible with the convention. So Pretty took this case to the European Court of Human Rights. And now the main issue of this case is that thus Article 2 included the right to die. This is the Article 2 of the Convention. It says that everyone's right to life should be protected by law. No one should be deprived of his life intentionally save in the execution of a sentence of a court following his conviction of a crime, for which its penalty is provided by law. The first sentence, everyone's right to life should be protected by law, is the main point of this case. In the European Court of Human Rights, the applicant, which is Pretty, claims that Article 2 provides not only the right to life, but also the right to death. And the function of Article 2 is to protecting individuals from the individual's life from the third party, which is like the state or the public authorities, not from themselves, which is means not the function of Article 2 does not protect the people who gives the people the right to kill themselves. And the government claims that the UK government claims that no one should be deprived of their life intentionally, save in strictly limited circumstances, which did not apply in the present case. And the right to die, it was not corollary, but the opposite of the right to life. The government thinks that life and death is totally different things. Because Pretty's claim is that life and death is one thing. They just looks like a different way. The court's assessment is that it does not persuade that the right to life guaranteed in Article 2 can be interpreted as involving the negative aspect. And Article 2 cannot, without the destruction of language, be interpreted as confirming the determinationally opposite right, namely a right to die, nor can it create a right to self-determination in the sense of confirming an individual the entitlement to choose death rather than life. The court says that in many private cases, the courts have found out that according to Article 2, the people have the right to live, which was written down in the Article 2. It doesn't mean that they naturally get the right to die, because in the private cases, they figure out that death and life is different things. My analysis is that I agree with the court. The main reason is because I think that the words used in the article are like the lines that divide what kinds of things are the law protecting and what isn't. So when the court is using the law, we can't overstep the line that they just later have drawn down. So I agree with the court's decision. This is my report.
Any question? Do you have any question? Are you clear about the facts or the issue of this case? Any questions regarding this case? Yi Hong. Any questions? Yu Sheng. No question. You have a question, right? Okay, so what's the question?
Sorry, please wait a minute.
So you agree that people do not have the right to death, isn't it?
According to the law, they don't have the right to death.
What law?
The Constitution.
According to
The conventions. Sorry,
the convention or according to ECHR?
According to ECHR. I want to say that the convention in this report is ECHR.
The judgment.
The judgment. It's because that at first in this judgment they just written the convention, and the whole name of the convention I am not familiar. I did not reconcile that it is ECHR, so I just put the convention here. But I'm sure now the convention in this judgment is ECHR.
Yes. Okay, the answer is according to ECHR. The answer from the speaker is according to ECHR. She sees there's no right to death. Do you have further questions?
So no matter what situation is, the people should not have the right to death. Even though she may have no treatment from the hospital. So you still think that the people should not have the right to death?
Sorry, you said that even though.
Even though there is no treatment.
What do you mean there is no treatment from the hospital?
It means if the sick is very serious, and so the doctor can use any way to let the people wake up or other.
In this case, Pretty had conscious, so he still wake up. Are you trying to say if the doctor cannot cure the disease of patients?
Yes.
So can I repeat your question? Are you trying to ask? Are you trying to say, speaker? Are you trying to argue that, according to ECHR, do you think that under any circumstances, the individual do not have right to die, even though the patient in the condition of the situation, the doctor cannot cure the disease of the patient?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that maybe the main point is not a law problem. Law issue is a philosophy issue. Is what is life and what is death. Maybe first we need to figure out these two questions: what is life and what is death? Are they different things, or does there is any relationship between them?
Okay, so do you think they are different?
I still can't figure out it right now because I
you
think
still can't figure out.
yes.
Okay, so first try to focus on, because it's a legal issue. Of course, it maybe relates to philosophical perspective. However, currently we can analyze this case from the legal perspective. So we can answer the question by using legal information. We try to answer the question by legal information. However, you indicate that it's not the legal issue, it's the philosophical issue. And you say that it's hard to differentiate two things. Okay, what's the two things you think it's hard to differentiate?
Because the life we now maybe we can all think that we are all sure that we now the people in this classroom we are living, but what kind maybe we need to do something to death. It is not usual for someone just suddenly die in this classroom. We can imagine imagine.
So I'm confused. Why are we trying to die?
No, forget that.
Okay, it seems easier for everyone to say that this one is alive and is dead. So why is it so difficult to differentiate, to tell us this guy is alive or dead? It seems easier. It's quite easy to tell this guy is alive or not. When we're trying to discuss, why we try to need to talk about this issue from philosophical perspective?
Because that we all know that we will die in a future time.
Eventually.
Eventually. But in this case, that Pretty know that she will die in a very short, very near future. So it's like that. She need to. She still have 10. She know that she will have 10 months to the death, but she doesn't want to die at that time. She
Yes, we know the facts. Can you try to just respond to the question directly? Do you think under any circumstances the individual should not have right to die?
Yes, according to the convention, because that the court have many judgments in the private cases, in the previous cases.
Okay.
They figure out that.
Just to respond, that maybe we can stop afterwards. Okay. Do you have further questions? No. Okay. Do classmates have any other questions regarding this case? Do you have any questions? No? Okay. I think it's good presentation because we're so limited time. My suggestion is you can more relax when you're under blood pressure. And then you can have more eye contact. You can have more eye contact. Maybe it's easier for you to send the information to your audience. So the suggestion is, going back to, I think it's quite clear, however, if you have more time, the same try to cite the source of the picture, and then try to organize, try to organize your information more coherently. Okay, for example, you say that the one slide you said commit suicide. She wants to commit suicide with a system. Is that the original words from the verdict, or according to your understanding, you wrote this sentence? If the judgment indicate that Pretty wants to commit suicide, did the judgment say this, or you wrote the sentence?
The word she have said is that she wants to take steps to bring her life to a peaceful end at the time of her
Try
children.
to use the original words because the judgment didn't say she wants to commit suicide. It might raise this controversial. So try to put the original words simple or just use keywords. Okay. Personally, do you think it's fine to commit suicide? Because in this PPT, you indicate the English law. And you say that committing suicide is not a crime. However, in the past, did the answer to this question the same? If the UK system committed suicide, in the history of UK,
It's a crime.
it's a crime.
Yes.
Okay. Why, although we don't have, maybe you don't have more information about the previous law, can you think of any reason why the UK government think it's wrong to commit suicide? And if you commit suicide or use criminal punishment, do you oppose, do you think the people who commit suicide are wrong? Do you agree? They should not take this approach.
Personally, I think that we don't need to use the criminal law to punish people.
No. Back to the question. Do you think it's totally wrong to have the decision for people to commit suicide?
No, I think that people can commit suicide.
People can commit suicide.
They can.
Do you think it's wrong for them to make the decision?
I don't think that it will be wrong.
Okay, you don't think it's wrong. If that is the case, can you think of any reason? It's obviously the UK government previously think it's wrong. And we will use criminal to punish you if you commit suicide.
One of the reason is that maybe because of the religion, the life is given by God.
Mm-hmm.
So people can't end their own life or anyone's life because
This is part of the reason. However, basically, in the past time, the UK government, the British think it's wrong to commit suicide. And we will punish you with criminal law. Religion factor might be one factor, however, maybe not the crucial one. So try to think about why it's wrong. If some people think it's totally wrong to commit suicide, and you think, personally, you think, no, it's not wrong. Can you think of any reason why people think, besides the religious factor, can you think any reason, generally speaking, it's wrong? We should not commit suicide. It's wrong to commit suicide. Can you figure out any reason?
it will affect people, especially
Affect who?
their families.
Yes, this is one point. Do you have another point? It affects other people, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All the people, friends, member of the family, they will suffer. They're affected by your behavior. Besides this, why we say it's wrong? Why people try to commit suicide?
Why people try to
To commit suicide.
um
Can you see any reason people commit suicide?
depression?
Depression. They feel depression.
Yeah.
And then?
Because the illness, and
Because they are ill.
yeah, because
So they commit suicide.
they want to end the illness period.
Try to think about this. Some people commit suicide because they think they suffer. Because of the debt, they cannot pay back the money. Because they face some question they think they cannot deal with. However, once they commit suicide, the individual think it ends. Everything will end. We have the end. So everything will be done after he commits suicide. However, reality is all these issues still exist in the world. And other people will take care of this and you just invade. So that's the main reason it's wrong. Okay, so back to this case. Do you think, so when you try to describe the fact, you don't have to write a sentence with what did Pretty want to do. You can just tell us what you want to do. Okay, next slide, please. Why Pretty wrote a letter to DPP? And then during the presentation, you say that she hoped that the DPP or the public prosecution did not prosecute her husband. Can you explain this in detail?
Because helping other to commit suicide, it is a crime, so that
Yes.
The prosecutor need to incite. What is that word?
Did her husband help Pretty already or no?
No, he didn't help Pretty.
If that is the reason why Pretty wrote a letter to DPP,
Because
because it might be happen in the future.
uh,
However, why currently Pretty try to write a letter to DPP?
she hoped that DPP can guarantee that they won't prosecute in the future
However,
if this happens.
yes, you have to add that in the future. You cannot only say you hope that the DPP not prosecute her husband. You have to indicate that in the future. Then audience will understand that he tried to get a permission from DPP. Once you have to indicate, to declare that very clearly, once her husband help her in the future, her husband will not be prosecuted by DPP. What's the answer from DPP?
They won't guarantee.
They won't get the permission.
They don't
What's
get
the main reason for DPP? No, well, I will not give you permission. If your husband help you in the future, I will. However, I cannot answer you that once your husband help you in the future, I will not. What's the main reason for DPP? If you cannot find the which paragraph, just answer or according to your memory, according to you, why DPP say the answer is no?
I found the paragraph, but actually I just can't get that they refuse. And the answer is no, but I can't really understand the every words.
Okay, can you show us the paragraph? Maybe we can figure out. Which paragraph?
It's the 11th paragraph.
Okay.
Not that one.
Page 3, paragraph 11.
This part, the letter that DPP reviewed.
Favorite the word speaking. Okay. Can you just tell us what's the point of this paragraph? In the beginning, the DPP refused to give undertaking. So the answer is no. Okay. They will not grant immunity that condone, require, or propose, authorize, or permit the future commission of any criminal offense. We will not authorize, we will not allow the future commission of any criminal offense, no matter how exceptional the circumstances. Disregarding to the first question from the floor, the classmates asked, is that under any circumstances? The answer will be no. And in this paragraph, the DPP said the answer will be no. Can you figure out any reason? Or can you think of any reason? The DPP said no. I'll give you a hint. The future commission. It is said in the verdict. However, you didn't read that, or you can memorize that. Try to think about you yourself.
Because this crime may be happen in the future, so we can
The crime may be happening in the future, right? And
no one can tell what will really happen at that time.
say that at that time, it's quite simple. Her husband helped Pretty to commit suicide. Say that that is the case.
This
If it didn't happen, it's not necessary to deal with that. So say that the fact is simple, just Pretty indicate, because that's the hypothetical question Pretty raised. In the future, because I want to end my life, or I try to finish my life peacefully. So I need assistance from others. No one will help you, including doctor. So maybe the closest member of family, my husband, will help me. So try to think that the fact is simple. Why the answer is still no?
because this is the rule.
This is the
Rule
rule.
of the prosecutors, because prosecutor need to prosecute the criminal.
Okay, try to think about this. The criminal law only deals with the crime happened.
Ah.
You see?
Oh, I get it. Oh,
Only deal with the crime happened already. We will not predict the crime happened in the future. So it's normal for DPP to say that no. It's impossible for us to grant immunity. We cannot predict. Okay? So what's the main reason for Pretty to say that there was a violation? You didn't mention Article 2. What's the main reason for Pretty to say that there was a violation? Try to please focus on this slide. Yes, this one. Yes, this one. Next one, yes. Try to eliminate the conclusion. You use the title. For example, can you give us the slide, the opinion from Pretty?
the opinion from Pretty.
Did you notice that in some slide you use the title conclusion? The first line, conclusion.
Oh.
It's not conclusion. It's just the opinion from both parties.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay, just eliminate the conclusion. Okay, what's the main point of Pretty? He said that there was a violation. Try to, my suggestion, try to use diagram. Don't put too many words on your slide. I know you understand, you can absorb the key point. However, try to use diagram. Use 1 or 2 diagrams that audience know what's the points of both parties. Okay, what's the key point?
I want to first say sorry to everyone because I didn't have so much time to finish.
Okay, just tell the key point.
The key point is that we can see that.
Next slide. What's the most persuasive point for you yourself? Erase several points, and which one you see? You suppose the conclusion of PPT, right? You suppose the conclusion of ECTHR, right? So, logically, you will say the point from Pretty is wrong. So, can you tell us which point is most persuasive for you? You think, yes, this point you can agree from Pretty. Or none.
Actually, I think that it is not themselves that they are killed. She said not from themselves. It is. She means that she just wants to kill herself, but she needs another person's behavior to finish this. So I think that it is not themselves killing themselves.
No. My question is, which point do you think is more persuasive for you? Because Pretty argued that there was a violation, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the main point? What's the most persuasive point for you?
I'm sorry, I can't understand the way.
Okay. Do you think any point from Pretty you think is right? Because Pretty argued that there was a violation, right?
I think that is a great struggle for me because I still can't figure out that if the word life include some kind of die.
So you are confused by this. You have question about this question.
Yeah.
Whether the word life includes death.
Yes. But I learned that the court have.
Can you tell us why you're confused by this question? It seems very easier to tell this is life, this life is alive, and is dead. Why? What's the difficult?
It is simple to tell a creature at a moment is life or death.
Yes.
But if you are the person that you will, you are facing a death in a very near future.
Yes.
But he or she wants to the reality is that he or she will face that in near future.
Yes.
But she wants to die in a nearer time.
Before
she
the
is
time
supposed
you will die. Yes.
to die.
Okay.
So can we still call the behavior he or she is going to do to kill herself or himself is killing herself? Because we.
Of course, yes. The answer is yes. It's easier for us to tell that yes, Phineas is alive now. So he's not dead. It's easier to tell that. So even you are going to die in the near future. Every behavior to end his life earlier, this is killing. This is committing suicide.
Mm.
Is that clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay. Do you have any further question regarding this? If we have more questions, we can discuss in private. Okay, just respond to this. Any points raised by Pretty is persuasive for you, or you think everything raised by Pretty is nonsense?
I don't think that it is really nonsense, but we have to draw the line. So
Draw a line. To what line?
to what kind of behavior that what kind of things the law is protecting, and what kind of
What is?
things or values are the law protecting.
Okay, can we go back to what's the? It seems you agree because you think there. Do you think? They think there was no violation, and the government also think there was no violation. Is there any point raised by the government you think is persuasive? It seems you agree with the opinions from the government. So which point do you think is more persuasive?
It is that we can naturally say that we can live, it means we can die.
Take your time, take your time. Try to organize your thoughts. The question is, according to the statement from the UK government, which point is most persuasive to you? Which means, you see, according to this point, I agree with the conclusion from ECTHR. There was no violation at all. Is this point exists?
Yes.
Okay, which point you think is right?
No one should be taken their life in any circumstances. By
Are you
others.
saying the first one,
The
no one
first-
should? Okay, well, let's read this sentence. No one should be deprived of their life intentionally, save in strictly limited circumstances, which did not apply in the present case. What does that mean? You say that under any circumstances we cannot intentionally to deprive his life, and save in strictly limited cases. It seems that there should be some limited circumstances we can do that. However, this case do not belong to these strictly limited circumstances. Is that correct?
Wait a moment, please.
So pretty simple. He said, in principle, we cannot deprive people's life intentionally. However, we have limited, very strictly limited circumstances. And this case does not belong to these limited circumstances. Do you agree?
The interpretation to this sentence. Yeah.
You agree? Okay, why this case, pretty case cannot belong to these limited circumstances?
Actually, she will die peaceful because of this illness, but not at the time she wants. Because the disease
Sorry,
doesn't
are
hurt.
you trying to say without an assistance from anyone, pretty will die peacefully?
I think.
No, the answer is no. if he can die peacefully without pain, he will not ask for help from anyone. So the fact is that he will die painfully. That's the main reason he wants to get assistance from others. Okay, so according to you, can you just, the next question, I think the next question in this judgment, can you show us page 26? Page 26. Paragraph 39. And I will ask you a question, and then maybe we'll discuss this paragraph. Okay, so listen to my question carefully. According to Pretty, he said that by using Article 2 of ECHR, we can have a right. Although Article 2 indicates right to life, we can have a corollary right called right to life, which means we can use Article 2 to get the result we entitled to have right to life. Okay, the first question is, do you think we should have a right to life? Ignore any international convention. Ignore the law. Personally, do you think we should have a right? And its name is right to life.
No, at this moment, I think no, because
No, we don't have the right.
yes, this kind of right will have bad effects to many other person, maybe the financial.
Okay, if that is the case, how can you explain that? Some people decided to commit suicide. Can we say that they had right to die?
I think is that we.
They are dead. They decided to commit suicide. And they did that, and they are dead. Can we say that they have the right?
We still can do things that we don't have right to do.
Sorry?
We still do things that we don't have right to do, but maybe we get punishment after doing that.
However, no one will punish people who commit suicide, even though they are not successful. We will not punish them.
In nowadays in Taiwan, no, we don't.
Everywhere, almost everywhere. The exception is, in the past in the UK, however, they abolished the law. So mostly in all jurisdictions, we will not punish people who commit suicide by criminal law.
Maybe that we figure out that it is unuseful for punish those who commit
That may
suicide.
be one reason, but they did that. Can we say that they have the right? We know that you try to say that it's wrong to have this right, because it might affect a lot, not only the member of family, friends, it may be affected other factors, financial or other negative effects. We understand that. But how can we explain that? If we say, no, there is no right to die. However, they commit suicide. The question is, the second question is, so trying to think about it, and the second question is, really trying to argue that because we have Article 2, right to life, we can have a totally negative one, which means right to life. Do you accept this point or no? We have a positive one. And then we can apply this to a totally opposite one, the negative one. So in this case, well, right to die, we have the totally opposite one, right to die. Can you try to argue that? So if you say, the UK government, you prohibit my husband to call me in the future. if I have right to die originally from Article 2, then you violate Article 2. That's the logic. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so do you think we can have one thing, one right, and then put it in oppositely? Then we can say we have the opposite one, the negative one.
I don't think this.
Yes, it's no.
No.
Can you see? Do you think no right will fit into this logic? Which means we have a right. It's impossible for us to have a totally opposite one.
I can't give you an example, but I'm thinking. I think about this question because in some law that we have done before that it does work to interpret the article in the opposite way.
Okay, I'll just give you a simple example. You can try to figure out which club in the university are you joining currently?
But
Yes. Okay, society.
Chinese Instrument Orchestra.
Okay. Do you like sports?
No, definitely no.
Definitely no. Which sports you hate most?
Baseball.
Baseball. Okay, baseball. Okay. So, which society you are in? You say Chinese
Orchestra.
orchestra. Okay. Once we have a rule in the university, you hate. You say basketball, right?
Basketball and baseball.
Okay, basketball and baseball. We say that you have to join basketball and play with the basketball. Male basketball player every day. We force you to join the society. Can we do that?
I think no.
No. Try to listen this paragraph. You can see the fourth line. Can you make the word bigger? The answer is no. Why it relates to our question? You can see that the consistent emphasis of all the case before the court means ECTHR, has been obligation on the state to protect life. So it relates to the core point of Article 2. The court is not persuaded that the right to die guaranteed in Article 2 can be interpreted as involving the negative one. Try to notice the next sentence. While, for example, in the context of Article 11 of the Convention, the freedom of association has been found to involve not only a right to join an association, say that you like Chinese orchestra. So you have a right to join this society, but a corresponding right not to force to join an association. We cannot force you to join basketball society. Are you clear?
Yes, I'm
So in some example, this is one example, we can have a negative aspect. However, this is the exception. So we can see that in principle, we cannot have a negative one. However, in this exception, Article 11, we can have a positive one, and then we can apply to negative aspect. You have right to join. It applies. We cannot force you to join a society association. You decide. So that's the main reason why the ECTHR think that we cannot, because this is not in the position of exception. So in principle, we cannot the ECTHR are not persuaded by, in this article, we can interpret it into negative aspect. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so the pretty case is important. Tomorrow, if we have time, Chen Yu will give another recent example to see whether we have the right if the opinion of member of family are different. For example, can we decide, can we make the decision? In this case, Pretty are conscious, they have conscious, they have their own, she has her own ability to make decision. How about the patient cannot make a decision? Whether, for example, the patient, the father make decision for him, for example, doctor, please help me to remove the artificial machine for my son. What if the opinion of member of family are different? For example, say that the wife say, please remove the machine. However, the parents cherish this only son. So they say, please keep my son alive. How can we use law to deal with these issues? We'll read some case and discuss this case tomorrow. Okay, do you have any point trying to add for this case? If you have further questions, we can discuss after class. Okay, so let's give her a round of applause. So now we have a survey for local students. I think our point today is that all students came in class now.